So forget AI like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, like the Claude bot, and then also like other AIs. Just forget those chatbots and start using things like openclaw, which I'll be telling you about in this video. Amazing AI assistant. It can do a lot of stuff for you, not just with you. So let's get started right away, since there's a lot to unpack about this brand new openclaw AI assistant. So openclaw is an open source AI assistant that can work on your server, not just on the browser, and it's especially very good on Mac, just MacBooks, Macs, the Mac Mini. And it started as ClaudeBot, but its name changed from like ClaudeBot to Moltbot to openclaw, and now it's openclaw. It's extremely useful. Like I said, it can work on the server, not just on your browser. It can work while your computer is closed, and you can physically text it. I'll get into more like that, but you can text it to do stuff, and while your computer is closed or your Mac is just off or something, it will do the work for you. So I'll dive more into that later, but that's just an overview, and let's get into some details right away, since there's a lot to just like talk about, and this is a very big AI. It's a very big step for AI. And number two, what makes it so unique? There's a lot of things, like I mentioned before. It can run autonomous tasks, which almost like no AIs were doing before this. Like ChatGPT, you close your computer or you close a tab, it's off. Same for Google Gemini, Grok, even DeepSeek, this really famous Chinese AI, is just like a normal chatbot. It's not autonomous, and you can't like run it like just in the background. It has a very persistent memory, and as you text it, as you just learn with it, as you make it do tasks, it will remember a lot of the things you've told it to do before, and it will refer back to those and just like make more tasks and more actions based on what it learned about you before. Like I said, you can message it to do stuff. You can use a lot of things like messages, Slack, Discord, WhatsApp, iMessage, just a lot of details. Telegram is a big one. You can use so many apps just to like talk with it. And for the last one, a lot of people like this and they appreciate it, but openclaw is like proactive. It doesn't just respond to you when it's asked, but it can notice things. You can train it to notice things like your inbox, your overall like computer. If there's anything it needs to do, it will text you before like you ask it. It'll just text you first about that, just to like for you to acknowledge that, and just a notification so that you know that. So it's proactive, not reactive. So why is it such a big deal? This is a very big deal, since AI is stepping in like a different direction now. It's just going from like helping you in tasks like writing things down to actually doing stuff. Like for example, putting that stuff that it wrote down to work. It'll actually do stuff for you instead of helping you do stuff. It's becoming more of a helper than just someone who like sits there and assists you with small tasks, assisting you with much bigger tasks now. And this is going to be growing much more than chatbots now, since chatbots have reached a very high level. Like Kimike, that's another Chinese chatbot that I might talk about later, but they have reached already a very high level. They're kind of at their peak now, since you can't really grow more from just writing AI, just like typing stuff. But now it's growing towards doing tasks for you instead of showing you how to do them or just writing stuff down. So it's growing much more, and it will grow more in the next few years by a lot. And it's very productive. A lot of real use cases are something like maybe it would clean out your inbox or clean out your computer, just organize files and stuff, since that is a big problem when you're working with a lot of screenshots, a lot of downloads, a lot of documents. And then also it can help automate things like slideshow making or something, or if you have to make a lot of documents, it can help with that. Also, many other things that small business owners or like small developers have been doing, just automating their own tasks like coding, checking over code, doing this, like doing business work, like creating logos, creating presentations for like business owners, for entrepreneurs. A lot of real world cases. But another thing to note is that it does come with big security risk, since you're basically giving it your entire computer, and then also your files, your photos, your documents, whatever you have to give it. And obviously you have to trust this, along with like the iMessage thing that I was talking about. It'll connect to your, like actually number, it'll connect to your number. And if someone tries texting it from outside, it could interfere with that. There are ways of fixing it, but you have to be very careful, a lot of security risks, and it's overall a very, very long, tedious process to set up and very hard to get it right. I tried it out, I tried like the messaging thing, and it kind of like ruined everything. So just in summary, openclaw is an amazing, amazing AI tool that can be helping so much things like long workflows that people don't want to do, all the way to just like small tedious tasks that no one wants to spend the time to do. Just future capabilities, it'll get even faster at doing these tasks, maybe easier setup, and just an overall much safer assistant. So that's it for today's video. openclaw is a much more usable assistant. You can do stuff with it rather than just talking to it. And I think in the next few years, it'll get much better. It'll get faster. It'll be easier to apply. It'll be easier to just like work with it. Much less security risk. It'll be more secure and also easier to work with. Faster. Everything will improve and it will overall get like it'll be a better assistant, just like ChatGPT became a better LLM. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you next one. Bye for now. YouTube Pro out.